before the 7 p.m. mark right here in our station 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And of course, on the hot topic this evening on the Evening Rush, we'll be looking at reactions have been trailing MC Oluomo's warning video to non-indigens, those who may not vote his political party. And that's one of the discussions that we'll be looking at today. We also have quite a couple of reactions concerning those that we would play to you to hear, so that you know. And then other quite other interesting discussions we have today. One of the most important is that INEC has have narrated how they will transmit results during tomorrow's election. So you know that the guidelines for election was given for 25th of February's election, but at some point, because of some technical challenges, INEC could not abide by their own guidelines that was set at that time. So now they are giving another guideline, and then I will let you in on that. And still on the front burner this evening, of course, politicians, CDC's Civil Center for Democracy and Development is saying that politicians are devising new vote buying methods, so you people should be careful. And then one of the things that you all have been talking about today is that Nigeria dominates African cocaine smuggling routes. This particular story was in the papers today. I think 2 or 3 dailies had it today, and it's been quite a conversation. Lagos, these are the stories that we'll be looking at. Stay with us. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Let's take a little breather. This is the Evening Rush. Still your girl Precious. Let's take a little breather. I'll be right back to bring you details of these conversations, and of course have you jumping on them. Good evening and welcome to the show.
They also every day, I don't get look face. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. Yeah, yeah. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know, say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move.
Turn that fear into victory.
Cause I know, say one day I go make.
What are we doing today?
Yes, good evening, Lagos 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and this is still the Evening Rush. So this evening on the Evening Rush, we're looking at a couple of stories. First on the lineup is that, of course, you all would have been aware of the alleged video threat released by MC Oluomo, the chairman of the Parks and Garages in Lagos State, right? And then he's also reacted to reactions that have trailed that video. And of course, the Lagos State Police Command is saying that they are investigating that issue because of the outcry that has come out as a result of that. Quite a number of people have jumped in on that discussion and wondered why police is not doing anything or haven't said anything tangible on how they will bring him to book, like they would have someone else, right? So that's the conversation that we are having this evening, Lagos. And of course, MC Oluomo himself has come to also react to it and saying that, hello, the person you think that I'm talking about is actually not whom I am talking about at the end of the day. So we'll be jumping in on these conversations one at a time. All right, yes, Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People FM. So let's look at these issues that we have been talking about. I'm sure a couple of you may have heard or come across the stories. So let's see how we can begin to dissect them one at a time. So first on our lineup is Musiliu MC Oluomo Akinsoya has threatened Igbos who would not vote his political party on Saturday's election to stay at home. So in his words, because this video was made in Yoruba language, so he said, in his word, he said, we have begged them, we don't if they don't want to vote for us, it is not a fight. Tell them, Mama Chukudi, if you don't want to vote for us, sit down at home. Sit down at home. That's what he said in Pidgin English, as seen as in viral videos that he also posted on Twitter. And leaders of the Lagos Motor Parks Management, leader of the Lagos Motor Park Management, MC Oluomo, a lot of people would have experienced quite a number of these threats coming up from him, especially since the build up to the election. They were also on the election day for the presidential election. He was seen in a video asking people who would not vote for his political party to go back. And people are wondering, and there's been a lot of outcry. Presidential candidates have jumped in on this, and other people have jumped in on this, political parties have jumped in on this, and they're wondering, why should he not be brought to book? Because some people are saying that, oh, if it was someone else who made this statement, by now the person should be cooling off with the DSS and be explaining themselves why they made such a comment. And why is this person not explaining himself to the authorities right now as to why this statement was made? And that's a question that still begs for answer. Let's see if we can take a little clip of that conversation so you understand fully what we're talking about. Take a listen to it. Yeah, all right, Lagos, you heard that already. Okay, and so he's also responded or reacted to what he meant by Iyachukudi, or who he was referring to when he said Iyachukudi. Let's see if we can play where his response to that.
Good afternoon, all my brothers, my sister. Meeting tí mo lọ ní àná bí sister mi ló ṣe jẹ́ Iyachukudi. Òun lèmi ń bá wí nígbà yìí pé Iyachukudi tó bá ti mọ̀ pé ó dìbò fún mi jókòó sílé next mo kàn rí lórí social media. Káà ní pé everything ó sọ pé MC please, I'm always on peace. The bad wo Lagos State peace wà ńbẹ̀. Wọ́n ẹ̀ tí máa fi sọ wípé okay má jáde láti wá dìbò. Okay, tó bá jáde wá dìbò, báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ní fóòtù tí APC wá ṣe máa ní fóòtù? Báwo ni Igbo ṣe ní dìbò fún àwa APC àbí Hausa ṣe ní dìbò fún àwa APC? APC is my party. ẹ káàtì mi kú òun ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń gbé káàkiri yẹn ẹni tí mo dẹ̀ ń bá wí níbẹ̀ ó wà meeting.
I'll let this rest because of course we know campaigns are over. I just needed you to get a snippet of that conversation for the purpose of what we are talking about. By that he said Iyachukudi was as the meeting where he was talking about to that if you are not going to vote his party, she should rather stay indoors instead of coming to vote another party. That he's not talking to the entire Igbo clan, that he meant his sister who is Iyachukudi, that's the person he was talking about. And then of course we hear that the Lagos State Police Commander said, okay, so we're also investigating the situation, and following the outcry of a lot of people concerning this, that they are investigating this. Lagos phone lines are open. We'd like to hear from you what you make of this. So the Lagos State Police Commissioner of Police Oluomo today Friday said that an investigation has been launched into the alleged threat issued against a tribe by the Lagos State Parks Management and Garages Committee Chairman Musilio Akinsoya, popularly known as MC Oluomo. The commissioner made this known while featuring in an interview with Arise TV today on the preview of governorship and state assembly elections slated for Saturday tomorrow. Of course, we did hear that on that viral video what he said. So reacting to the threat today, Lagos State CP, the Commissioner of Police, said, we condemn in the strongest possible terms any act, statement, or an action that could be interpreted as hate or hate speech, or that could be interpreted as deepening political tension, regardless of the brain that might be behind it. So with regards to this specific video you mentioned, it is currently a subject of a detailed investigation, and many will be wondering, so how detailed is this investigation going to be? So he said he warned all those brewing violence in the state that they should desist or face the full wrath of the law, adding that the law enforcement agents will not spare any lawmaker. And he said, of course, we are deploying our cybersecurity assets to solve that, and I can assure you that nobody is above the law. Those were his words. He said the country is regulated. Anybody that tries to use his position or his influence on others to deepen hate or engender political tension, which could of course snowball into violence, it remains the responsibility and the mandate of the Nigerian police to investigate such cases. And a lot of people were now saying, okay, so he was also seen in a popular video, a video that went viral on the election day properly, also telling those who are not ready to vote for his political party to turn back. Please, sir, what have you done about it? Or what did you do? Did you call him for questioning? Did you hold him? That's supposed to be an electoral offense, right? How did they hold him accountable? It is not in the place of INEC to persecute or punish electoral offenders. So how has the police dealt with that? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Lagos of our phone lines are open 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call, 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Pretty pressure.
Mr. Darlington, today you are on time. Welcome.
Yes, not only me waka come.
You know it's always lovely to have you, right? Welcome.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a crazy day for
me. And the Igbo producer.
Igbo producer is by the corner producing her products. Okay.
Precious.
Yes, sir.
MC Oluomo is talking to himself. That defense is so watery. In fact, a kindergarten cannot tell such a lie to defend himself. Yes. You are talking to Iyachukudi not to come out. So what have you done? Why would you, whether Iyachukudi is your sister or whoever, why would you tell her not to come out if he's not coming to vote for? So you are in control of Iyachukudi, Abi. You are the one who will tell Iyachukudi what to do. Look at that. He does not even know how to tell a very good lie. All those defenses are watery and useless to me. Precious.
Sir?
That guy, that man was employed by Sanwo-Olu as the general manager of Parks and Gardens in Lagos State. Precious, please, have you heard Sanwo-Olu utter a word concerning somebody he employed who is the general manager? Have you heard him utter a word concerning what he's doing? By now, I expected someone to have said, look, we disengage this guy because of what he's doing. But look at how they kept quiet. Himself and Tinubu. Look at how they kept quiet. Then at the end of the day, when this guy has committed his mayhem, they will now run to the Igbos. Sorry, we are one. Don't mind all those miscreants. We don't know what they are doing. We did not send them. This and that. Just imagine deceit. Imagine deceit. They have someone who is running Lagos State. Is it the father who groomed this boy? Who raised him? These are the type of men Tinubu is raising in Lagos State. Tomorrow you come and tell me how he raised men. That's it.
Mr. Darlington, can you go straight to the point, please?
Under their watch, look at what that guy is doing. Is this his first time? I said I was ashamed. When some few years ago, this same guy went to Balogu. Where is this place now? Somewhere in Lagos. He was shooting gun in broad daylight with his fellow travelers. Someone know how to intervene to make peace. Make peace among criminals. That was how this guy has grown weeks in Lagos State. Is he supposed to even utter such a word in the first place? Is he supposed to? In a place where we have law and order. My concern is someone who appointed him. What is he doing? What is he saying? He kept quiet, Abi. He's waiting for him to go and do his usual job tomorrow for him to win an election. Then he will come out and say, we don't know what he's doing. No. We are not aware that he said such a thing. No. We are sorry if such a thing happened. We want peace in Lagos. We want peace in... No, deceit. What kind of human being is this? Why can't he disengage this guy to prove that yes, he doesn't support what he's doing? You employ somebody who left his job and was here attacking everybody, disrupting the election, and you kept quiet because it's in your favor, B. I wish him well. It is not for negotiations. Whether you people are not, you don't know what you are doing. It is not for negotiations to see whether we are going to continue with this type of nonsense. How can this guy, who is he, threatening anybody if you cannot vote for my party? What kind of nonsense is that? What? That is how they have been running Lagos for over 24 years now. Three candidates, violence. We are not talking about how this guy has been extorting money from motorists all over Lagos State. And someone who kept quiet. He could not talk. He's pretending as if he's with himself with the motor show. Look at the type of man they raised and gave the general manager of an agency in Lagos State. Look at the type of person. And he's not even ashamed of it. We want to be proud of such a person. Will you be proud of this guy, what he's doing? Will you be proud? You appointed a talk, a motor park town, as your general manager, and look at what he's saying, and you kept quiet. The whole Lagos State government kept quiet because they're waiting for him to do what he's supposed to do tomorrow for them to win the election. I'm ashamed of all of them. I'm ashamed of him and Tinubu. That's the type of human being they raise. Tomorrow they come and tell me how he raised men. He should continue, but I know no evil lasts forever. Let him go and see what happened to Bayo Success in the same Oshodi. Bayo Success. Let us Oluomo go and read the history of Bayo Success. He will never last forever. Never. You see this brigandage, this extortion, it can never last forever. It can never. No matter what happens, one day people will rise up against him. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Okay, let me breathe in. All right. Again, I'd like to state that whatever any caller says here does not in any way represent the opinion of the station, right? It is solely and entirely the opinion of the caller who made the statement. As much as I always like to advise for us to mind our words, please, it is very important that we mind our words. Lagos phone lines are open 0700-903-903-903. I see your WhatsApp messages already. I see your reactions on YouTube. I appreciate that a lot. Let's just jump in to some of the conversation we'll have on YouTube. Emila says, Igbo, come home. Come back home now. Leave Lagos and Southwest and all northern cities. The possible these people do not want you in their land. Return home now. Haba. All right, so Isabel says, now the youth will vote Badibo and get rid of the cabal's grape of Lagos. Let the Lagosians derive full benefit of the revenue of the state. We say no to thuggery. That's what you said. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, please help me turn up the volume of your radio. Have you done that? Good evening.
Okay. Yes, I've done. Good evening.
Yes, a very
My
good
name
evening.
is Samuel.
Samuel,
I'm calling you from Fabems, my 2 traffic.
I like the way you had to end it with traffic. Just so I'm
Yeah.
aware of your
The
real
truth
situation. Go
The
ahead.
truth is, we human beings, as a child, while you're growing up, when you dash your leg to the stone, you tend to cry out loud because of the pain. Now, as you grow much older, when the same thing happens to you, you see yourself tying the wound, dressing it yourself, enjoying that pain. Now, when you grow to the stage of an adult, a full-grown man, you find yourself not taking that same path again that is going to lead to you dashing your leg on that stone. What it simply means is that soon enough will be enough. And the people will rise because it is painful. We don't want to call names. We don't want to be particular about some things. But if you see the confidence of that speech from that video, it tells so much. No need of adding meaning to it. It simply means nothing can happen. I am fully covered. Come and see. Let's know what will happen. And now you make people scared, in as much as people want to come out. Now tell me, how many of these police agencies can boast that they are not even in support of all this? Yes, I will tell you the police are in support of it. Why do I say so? In as much as my fact might not be truth or right. Because if it is some places, immediately I want to believe this is not an hate speech, but something should have been said, something should have been done. We have CPs, we have commissioners of Lagos, we have ACPs everywhere. Now, if you go to places like Iyanoba, places like Okoko, Iyanisat, they did not warn you where to come out tomorrow to vote, because what he's telling you is going to be happening real. Now, before you know, they put it on an Igbo man's head that Igbo people are the ones that don't want peace. Igbo people, before you know, it becomes an ethnic war. What I am saying is this: if the state government is not going to do anything, the federal government should stand up to this, because soon enough will be enough. Thank you.
All right, thank you there. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700903903903. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, good day. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you? Hope you're doing okay.
I'm doing well as well.
All right. So what's your name, please?
My name is Ayomide.
Ayomide, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Spain.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Concerning MC Oluomo, that's what I call him. Because I will not address him because he's an animal. MC
no. You don't use unpleasant words on radio, please. Thank you.
We cannot put respect on people that have been disrespecting themselves. He has told with his own name, so I cannot respect him. That's one of the problems with our society, man. We put positions of respect to people that have shown and proven that they do not deserve respect.
So this is not about according a position of respect. It's about words that are not.
He's a celebrated motorbike thug, and that's the problem. I will say yes, he's a thug and nothing more than that. You see, this corruption and ineptitude has eaten so far in our society that people cannot even see the difference between a thug and an upstanding man. What are we talking about here? If this was a normal country, why would a thug be in charge of motor parks and you want the traffic in Lagos to be improved? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, come on. No, I will not address him with respect because he has not shown me he deserves nothing. And the people that brought him there, it just shows the disdain they have for people, for them to nominate such a thing. to be in a position of authority to even hold the microphone.
It's okay.
Isn't that,
I may have to let you go. Appreciate the fact that you're not satisfied, but please help me maintain some decorum in your words. I beg you. And this is for the sake of public radio, not because you're calling anyone you don't want to respect, but for the sake of public radio. I mean, this is evening radio. Kids may be listening, and it's very unpleasant to the ears to use words that are not, good enough. I appreciate you. Thank you. So are you done now? Okay, good. All right, Lagos, quite a number of... okay, so Chris Foley says, okay, you have that. Super Michael says, so long as the country wants one Nigeria, every Nigeria will exercise full civic duties and go on about their businesses without apologies to anyone, anywhere. I am going to vote anybody I want to vote tomorrow. That's what you said. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. So you're watching him. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm Rotimi.
You're what?
Rotimi.
Rotimi, where are you calling from?
Idimo.
Okay, go ahead, Rotimi. Let's hear you. Can you help us turn off the volume of your radio set, please? Okay, there's this whole back and it's unpleasant.
Okay, just first of all, let me remind you that campaign is over. You just read a message now that mentioned the name of a person that should be voted for tomorrow. You shouldn't be doing that already.
I did not mention. I said I'll vote who I will vote for. I did not mention a name.
You read a message that said.
I did not mention a name. I said the person said I'll vote who I'll vote for. Oh yeah, okay. So go play it back and listen to it. I said I'll vote who I'll vote for. That's what the person said. The person said I'll go out tomorrow and I am going to vote who I'll vote for.
Now listen. My point is this. Look, the people I just mentioned. This NURTW.
What's your point? What's your point exactly? I want to understand what the point you're trying to make, because you're sounding very. Let me know your point.
My point is this. Look, Lagos is a cosmopolitan place that comprises of a lot of people, a lot of radio stations. So the noise about Oluomo is happening everywhere in the southeast.
Where else is it happening?
Catholic churches. Calm
down. No, you listen to me. Are you trying to say I'll justify whatever that is happening? Is that what you're saying? If you want to justify it, justify with your full chest. No, you're not. Why would you mention what is happening in the southeast? We're not talking about what's happening in the southeast. We're talking about what's happening now. It's not about balancing it. We are talking about this. We are talking about this particular discussion. You know what? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I see the bile in you. Goodness me. When are you going to be human and treat everyone as human beings? Interesting. Lagos phone lines are open 0700-903-903-903. So we're talking about a threat that has been issued or that is allegedly issued on a tribe that says that the person is coming to say that, oh, it's not on a particular tribe. I'm talking about my sister. This same person was seen in a video on election day saying that if you're not voting for XYZ, don't come and vote. How many people in the north did you see that said if you're not voting for social person, don't vote? How many people in a viral video did you see do that during election? Sometimes let's not just because of our personal sentiments try to see black and call it white. Please, let's just be very realistic. And this is one reason why people do not take us serious across the world. Please. You cannot see something that probably may not just be so good. I'm not even saying it's not good, but it's your opinion, or something that others are saying it's not good, and then you go plain to see good, and then you come and tell me that I must justify it by bringing up issues from other regions. Oh, come on, please.
We're not even talking about campaigning here. We're talking about someone coming expressly to threat certain people or certain tribe and trying to infringing on their human right, telling them not to exercise their civic responsibility. That is so distasteful, seriously.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I beg you. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Charles from Festac.
Charles, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Thank you very much. The last caller claims to be a journalist. He always calls on so many radio stations on political issues like this.
Oh, you know him?
He's a carrying member of, the ruling party in Lagos.
Oh, you know him? Really? I don't even know him. I don't even know him. Oh, wow. Oh, no wonder he's so bitter.
is a carry member of the ruling party in Lagos here. So he always goes to so many radio stations and call and just blah 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 blah. What that man said, let's call his name. Oluomo. What you said is rubbish, nonsense. Thank you.
All right, apologies. I forgot to tell you that I ought not to have mentioned the name of any political party, by the way. I tried as much as possible to avoid that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, moving on to some messages because I have quite a number of them. Good evening, precious. This is AY from Mushi. MC Oluomo knows that he's sane and he's ready to do as he said or claimed. The second video he did saying he was talking about his sister, Atiku, was also staged. They told him what to say. They think say will be Mumuabi. That's all you said. And then he says, good evening, precious. It's unfortunate that the MC Oluomo has become a sacred goat that can never be touched. His threats should not be taken for granted. I urge security agencies to investigate and make sure that he did not carry out his threat and to ensure the election tomorrow is free and fair. His Royal Highness Nwoko from Oshodi sent in that. Good evening, precious. When we allow an ordained Agberu to threaten the citizens because of election, we may end up creating a situation that will be hard to contain. As far as I'm concerned, the police are blowing hot air. Oluomo should be arrested, pure and simple, because what he said is not good. Chika from Lekki sent in that message. And then this says, good evening, precious. See, I'm just surprised that our law enforcement agents will at this point be playing on our intelligence. In a country where there is law and order, this guy is supposed to have been taken away from the society. What if evidence does the police need to prosecute him? Precious, there was a country. Kofi from Ogudu sent in that message. And I take more of your reactions now that says, hello, precious. It's high time. Okay. Is that time you stop your Mr. Darlington always say about tribes that is an insult to someone's father? Please help him caution himself, or better still, you cut him off, because I can't believe, audience saying that, so Mr. Darlington, this particular caller who refused to mention his name said he's not happy about the things that you say and about how you go about what you say. That you should be cautioned, or I cut you off. If you listen to this station, you know that Mr. Darlington and I are always at loggerheads and have cut him off several times. If you listen, we are always at loggerheads. I always cut him off several times, right? So maybe perhaps you don't even listen well enough. If you do listen, and as frequently as you should, then you will notice that. Lagos phone lines are still open. So I'm still in the talking about this conversation. So the presidential candidates of the one of the political parties have come up to say that, you know what, okay now, so why are you not doing anything about it? That's what he tells security agencies. So Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of a political party, just concluded election, has condemned the criminal silence of security agencies over intimidation of voters on Saturday's governorship election and the Houses of Assembly elections. Mr. Abubakar, who lost the presidential election to the president-elect, particularly slammed the security agencies for keeping mute over threats to voters in Lagos State and Abuja. I have watched, his words now, he said, I have watched with profound disdain a certain video in circulation where some people known to be associates of leaders of a ruling party in Lagos State that are issuing threats against other ethnic groups in the build up to governorship and state House of Assembly election in the state tomorrow. I condemn this uncivilized behavior and also condemn the criminal silence of the security agencies and the political leadership in the state and in Abuja on this development. He said in a series of tweets via his verified Twitter handle. All right. Lagos phone lines are still open. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, your time has gone, so you just have 1 minute. Good evening, Nedu. You're welcome. I'm sure it's Nedu we're talking to, right?
Every time
Sorry, you called at the wrong time. So you know what? We take we go for commercial break at the top and bottom of the hour every time. So whenever you call within that time, just know that we may be leaving you for a break. So very quickly, please go ahead with your thoughts. Hello. Oh, we lost you. Have we? Are you going on? Can you hear me? Go ahead, Nidu. We can hear you. Hello, Nidu. Are you there? All right, let's jump in right on a quick break. We'll be right back, Lagos. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and this is the Evening Rush. We'll be right back, Lagos. Stay with us.
As I dey hustle every day, I don't dey look face. Cause I know say one day I go make am. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. Yeah, yeah. Cause I know say one day I go make am. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move.
Turn that fear into victory.
Cause I know say one day I go make
What are we doing today?
Yes, welcome back, Lagos 90.3 Voice of the People FM. This is still the Evening Rush. It's been an interesting evening, right? A lot of buzzbuzz, right? It's okay. For those feeling sorry for me, it's fine. It's a job I signed up for. So that's fine. So I see your messages on YouTube. Ekene Samuel says, imagine somebody telling a presenter to get away on live radio. If it happened in the southeastern state, and the person would have been picked up by now, right? And then this says, ENTNN says, disregard this tout and go out and vote. The police should not be rallied on. That's what you said. Super Mike says, only those that have not experienced real violence instigate violence. Real base, no be agbero walk, no go reason. That's what you're trying to say. Okay, so let's go back to the phone lines. Lagos, our phone lines are opening 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Joy calling from Internet.
I think the volume of your radio set is high. I can hear a whole back. Please, can you help us turn it off? Go ahead now. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
So very quickly, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead. I'm here.
All right. I really don't understand why people react when Mr. Darrington makes certain comments. I think that ban is unraveling.
Can we forget about Mr. Darlington? Can we focus on the topics of discussion for today, please?
Yes,
no, I just don't want that back and forth of derailment, please. It's just very important that we focus on our discussion today.
Let everybody march out tomorrow and go and vote. No matter the threat, they can't do anything. You see the same threat during the presidential election. He was not picked and nobody did anything about that. Now again, he's pushing the same threat for tomorrow. I think the fact is that somebody raised up and to issue such, they would have gone after the person right now. I'm telling you. So let everybody march out and let's put them as much as power. Let's move them away. Let's see what they can do. That's all I can.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, phone lines are still open. Lagos 07. My phone lines are on fire. 0700-903-903-903. All right, so this message says, good evening, Double P. The bus booze this evening is funny. Is there really a law and order in Nigeria? I don't think so, because the governor is silent over this and nobody has arrested him. The same police will be quick to arrest and parade the ordinary Nigerian. Make we just play. On a they play now. All right. Hello, going back to the phone lines. Good evening to you. Hello,
good evening. Thank you. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Very well. I can. Crystal clear. Go ahead. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thank you. My name is Machiavelli.
Oh, Niccolo Machiavelli. You're back here. Welcome.
Yeah, well, yes. Because when injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. My question is to Nigerians who told us that they have a structure. Where is the structure? Which structure are you building now? This is a structure of criminality. This is not a structure of democracy. If you actually practice democracy, why are you afraid that a governor who has never spoken to the Nigerians, to the Lagosians for 4 years, has not become a jack of all trades? the structure you build now is the structure to threaten people for not voting your party? Is this the democracy Nigerians said they want to give us? If you are not afraid to lose power, why don't you allow these people to vote the franchise? You told them that they don't have a structure. But my question is, Nigerians, how did we get here to have people like this who does not even represent you, and they are now the people telling you what to do with your own right? Does this person actually understand that the rule of law is supreme to everyone in a given political system? This is so bad, because Nigerians should know that they allow these people to govern us, these oligarchs, who does not understand that institutions are supposed to be the highest thing in the land. They deliberately suffocate these institutions so that they can use it to keep the people in solitary confinement. But now Nigerians are taking back their rights, and they are now telling Nigerians that they cannot go and vote. Who gave you the right to tell Nigerians that they cannot vote? If Lagos belongs to you, where is the structure? Where is the dividends of democracy you have given to them for the past 4 years? Or even more? After lying of the NSAS protests, now the Nigerians said, no, we want to govern by ourselves. You are telling them not to vote. We have failed as a nation. I'm ashamed of these politicians, and Nigerians should go out there and vote, irrespective of what they want to do. Because the country belongs to us. It's very painful to us to be outside the country, and we see our country.
Thank you, Nicola. Let me let you go now, please. Thank you so much. So we can jump in on another call. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Benson. I'm calling from US.
Benson, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Well, hello. How are you? How's everything
I'm great.
going?
I'm doing okay.
I'm watching you live from US. And,
that's interesting. Thank you.
I'll try to follow what is going on in Nigeria, but it is so sad. It is so sad that we claim to borrow from the US, and everything we do is backwards. Where is the security apparatus in Nigeria? How can somebody come out and make such a statement and walks away from there, and nobody does anything? Over here in the US or somewhere in Europe, we don't have Yoruba, Igbo. We all do things together. We do things together. So why can't that happen in Nigeria? Why do we keep going backwards instead of going forward? I mean, it is very, very sad. And I applaud you and Rufai for what you guys are doing. You're staying on the truth. Do not let anybody bully you. Because I had that guy, going back and forth with you. I had everything. But stay on the side of the truth.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So stay focused on what you are doing. Don't let the detractors, make you say things that you're not supposed to say. So I really admire you. And there are good Nigerians. There are good people in Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. But let us not allow the very few, the minority, who have been using the division of religion, ethnicity, to enrich, themselves. But these guys, running around making all these comments, they have forgotten that the rich ones, their children are here in the US. If anything happens, they will die. And the children of these politicians will be here in the US enjoying themselves.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me let you go so I can jump in on other calls. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Do enjoy your evening.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, Lagos phone lines are buzzing on fire from all angles, and of course we'll be taking your thoughts and your reactions one at a time. 0700-903-903. That's the number to call. I'm almost tempted to talk about the United States that he just mentioned, and the fact that we seem to copy the governance system of the United States. We copy the style of democracy, right? And in the United States, if you are born in a state, and that is the residents of the states that you hold, you have the right to contest for any position. The other day, we were just celebrating a few Nigerians who won elections, right? And it's interesting for us. So why is it that when it comes to our own state, and I'm not saying this in, with just Lagos State as a focus alone, every aspect.
And no one tells them to go back to their country.
Yeah, exactly. So just hold in there. So why is it that when it comes to our own country, that we're all citizens of that country, by the virtue of our lineage, if I have to even say that, and when it comes to our country, we will not be reminded from where our fathers and forefathers came from before we contest election. Do you know that this is not a case of Lagos alone? Do you know that there are places in the east today where if a governor is a Catholic, the deputy must be an Anglican, else nothing can happen. There are places in the east or some other parts of the country where if an Anglican cannot marry a Catholic, or a Catholic cannot marry an Anglican, or if they must get married, the wedding must hold in a particular place, else nothing would happen. We keep having these divisions. There are places where they will remind you who your father was and how they came to the place.
Or a woman
and why
can't even contest election.
Oh, don't even go there. That's
where
another place.
Her husband comes from.
They'll
ask her to go back to her father's state.
That's actually part of the bills that were not consented about women last year. You understand that? So when we talk about that, I mean, when we saw an elder man or an elderly man from the eastern part of the country the other time come out to start telling a particular candidate or aspirant, asking where his father is and how his father came into the state and all of that. If the person has contributed meaningfully to that area, why do we like to accept the person's contribution to our environment, but we do not want the person to also benefit from the successes of that environment or of those contributions? Why is it like that? I'm sorry to say, we complain about racism a lot, but at the end of the day, we are even more racist to ourselves, in one country.
We cry about racism in other countries.
Than other races are.
We cry about racism in America, we cry about racism in Europe, but here you're being tribalistic to your people.
And this is not about Lagos issue alone. It's across board. I mean, we have places where if you're from this part of Igbo, you cannot marry another part of Igbo. If you're from this part of
they'll say you're not
the South,
Igbo
I don't understand what's wrong with us. And it's time we stopped all of this. Anyway, hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening to you, Precious.
I didn't know you were listening to that rant. You're welcome back.
No problem.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Let me continue from where you stopped.
All right, go ahead.
You see this problem of intertribal marriage. It's not for the elite, it's for the poor masses. Go and check what I'm telling you now. Most of the elites today, their wives are not from the same state or from the same tribal where they come from. Tinubu got married to South. Obasanjo have a wife from Southeast. Even Atiku Abubakar have a wife from Southwest. You see, this when it's elite to elite, there is no problem. Dangote daughter now can marry a Catholic. It's no problem. But you see these village workers, these village people, they are mentioning everywhere, my village people. When it's poor man child to poor man child, they will tell you it's not possible. So the intertribal marriage is for elites. We are the ones creating problem for us. Okay, for example, now MC Oluomo is there fighting other tribe or other political party if you are not voting my political party. But let me tell you, abroad here we are. Tomorrow is Saturday. We are going to play ball. It's Nigeria football. We call it Nigeria football. All Nigerians are
help me make it quick, please. Help me make it quick because my phone lines are really on fire so that I don't disenfranchise my callers. We're in election season, so go ahead, please. Help me make it as brief as you can.
The issue is, I also heard when you say we are practicing American system of governance. It's a lie. Let me tell you, in the Western world, the difference between the working class and the people in the government, the salary difference is too much. For example, a lecturer here is earning more than a senator in Switzerland. A police is earning a huge amount, which a senator cannot even hire him. No senator here have a police guard, but a thug in Nigeria have a police escort.
Thank you, Nidu. I appreciate you, so that I don't keep derailing the conversation. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much. Let me go to the caller now. Thank you. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you. All right, going back to other phone calls now. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Nicky Wave. I'm calling from Apaja.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
The problem is this. We refuse to tell ourselves the truth.
And what's that
truth?
We
refuse to call black. Dishonesty is too much here. Like what you cited earlier. When some people of Yoruba extraction and Igbo extraction won election in Britain, they were celebrating here. These same politicians were celebrating.
Absolutely.
The Prime Minister of America today, Britain, is from India.
Of course, the mayor of London is even I think a Pakistani or so. So and nobody has died.
Why are we like this? Okay. It's terrible. Okay, look at the guy that was threatening everybody, this and that. This evening I heard the police PRO saying that they are investigating. What are you investigating? The man is in the comfort of his house. You say you are investigating him. If we are in a same society, he is supposed to stay behind bars till the election is over. I don't know. We are here talking, okay, now like some other person will want you to say, okay, justify it, okay, perhaps he had, okay, in Anambra State, Soludo is threatening the people that, okay, if you not vote for my party, nothing for you. That is a lighter threat. That is a complaint. It's different from threatening people's life here. Yeah? We saw what happened in the what we call a presidential election. Everything that happened that both the people that were injured today, was anybody arrested? I don't know when we will ever be civilized in this country. I'm from Oka. Come to Oka in my hometown. Yoruba people are my wife is from Ondo State. Yoruba people are everywhere in Oka. Nobody troubles them. Nobody disturbs them. We are one here. My wife was even having conversation with one in Yoruba. She could not speak Yoruba again. She said, it has been long, I've not been traveling. Come to my hometown. Can you see them plenty? Nobody disturbs them. Precious, thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate you. So I think we really need to, especially if we are indeed, going to have the change that we all desire, and we want the development that we all desire. We should also emulate countries that have achieved those development. I bet if Barack Obama was a Nigerian, he wouldn't have been successfully a president of Nigeria. Barack Obama holds a black history. And one of the youngest presidents the United States have produced. He was president in his 40s of a whole big nation like the United States.
As a black man.
At that young. But in this place, if you're 40, they'll tell you you're too young to handle positions, that you're not inexperienced.
Maybe if he was in
How
Africa,
old do you have to be to...
He'd probably be driving a bus or something in Africa.
Maybe a conductor or something. So we should just be serious a little bit. And then let's learn how to eschew all of this hatred and bigotry and violence. Let's go back to
bile.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. If anyone wants to have a bile, they'll puke it out. Okay, so phone lines are open. Lagos 0700 903 903 903. So our conversations this evening, I talked about reactions trailing MC Oluomo's alleged threat to a particular tribe in Lagos State concerning the election, that if you know you will not vote our party, don't come out to go home and stay in your house. And then he also coming to say, oh, it was my sister that I meant when I was saying Iyachukudi. And then other people, including Atiku Abubakar, has also come out to condemn that particular threat. And yes, that's actually just one of our conversations that we have today, and that seemed to have taken the front burner in our conversations today. So another conversation that we have today has to do with the election. So INEC has come out to state how exactly the results will be transmitted, and it's important that we know and pay attention. So first of all, right? A federal high court in Abuja today, Friday, ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to electronically transmit tomorrow, Saturday's governorship and Houses of Assembly election results in accordance with its regulations and guidelines. You would recall that INEC stated or stipulated guidelines for this election, this year's 2023 elections, right? So Justice Obiora Egwatu, in a judgment, also ordered the use of the bimodal voter accreditation system to upload a scanned copy of the form EC8A to the INEC result viewing portal immediately after the completion of the polling unit voting in Akwa Ibom State. So the judge further directed the commission to conspicuously paste the publication of its results posters EC60 at polling units after completion of the EC8A results sheets in the state. He equally ordered INEC to enforce the observance and compliance of Section 27, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2021 in the distribution of electoral materials during the conduct of the polls in the state by engaging the services of independent, competent, and reliable logistics companies who are non-partisan or known supporters of any political party for the distribution of their materials. Now, INEC, on their own hand, came out to say, okay, you know what? Let's let you Nigerians know how we will be transmitting results and how we'll be conducting the election come tomorrow. So, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has given an insight on how polling unit results will be transmitted during the governorship elections across the state of the Federation tomorrow, Saturday. INEC Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee Festus Okoye, while speaking on a television interview today on Arise TV, said the commission had learnt valuable lessons from the February 25th presidential election and National Assembly election. So the controversies trailed the failure of INEC to upload results as earlier as possible during the presidential elections, with major opposition parties, of course, contesting that. So, according to Mr. Okoye, he said the law as of today, these were his words, he said the law as of today prescribes a dual mode of either transmission of results or transfer of results. Remember that Ahmed Lawan, the Senate President, also mentioned that, well, that the Electoral Act that he signed talked about transfer of results and not transmission of results. So I guess this is where the statement is coming to now. So he said the law prescribed as a dual mode of either transmission of results or transfer of results. And then he said when polls closed at the level of the various units, the presiding officer who superintended the polling unit would enter the scores of the various political parties in form EC8A, which he said is the polling unit level results. After that level now, he said the PO will sign that particular result sheet. And that is the presiding officer, that's the PO, will sign that particular result sheet and stamp it. Now, the polling unit agent or party agent, if available, will also countersign copies will be given to them, and the police too will hold one. So the original result will be what will be scanned and uploaded to our INEC result viewing portal for public viewing. Not only that, the accreditation data that has arising from that polling unit will also be uploaded, but the physical result and the beavers itself will also be taken to the registration area collation center. That's what he said. So according to him, the collation officer will have the benefit of seeing the original results and the BVS itself, and have the benefit of looking at the accreditation data as transmitted and the result sheet as transmitted from the polling unit. That is the dual mode which the law has prescribed for the commission, and that is the mode that is we're going to use for the purpose of the election. That's what he said. So speaking on real-time IRF delivery on Saturday, Okoye said results will be transmitted as soon as the polls closed from the various polling units. So as it's closing from each polling unit, results will be transmitted. That's what he said. So the commission is determined, in his words, he said, to improve on its previous performance. That's what we have done, is to learn valuable lessons from previous elections, and we will conduct that we conducted. I said, and we're going to put these lessons into our planning purpose and processes and into our deployment purposes. That is what Okoye said. All right, Lagos, phone lines are open back. Let's take your thoughts and reactions on this. What do you make of it? Back to messages. Good evening, Double PP. The Gbazbosuke, I think I've taken that message already. And then this says, good evening, VOP. I just have a word of advice to all Nigerians in sensitive positions at the local, state, and national levels. Remember that today they are there, tomorrow they may not be there. That's what he said. So this world itself is temporal and vanity. And he said, all we do today to our fellow human beings shall be accounted for before God at the end of our sojourn on earth. A word is enough for the wise. Egege from Agege sent in that message. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening to you. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Gabriel, and I'm calling from Kogi. How are you doing?
Gabriel, you're calling from where? Hello?
I'm calling from Ikoyi, Lagos.
Okay, hi, Gabriel. You're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you. I didn't quite get your destination, so it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to be very brief because I don't have time to waste your time on this.
I would love you to, because I also don't have enough time, so go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny. I really don't know why you guys are wasting your time talking about this guy. I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mention his name. I think it's basically to be ignored, to be honest with you. And to talk about the election, for me, the election is about ideologies. So it's either you want to remain in the slavery, thuggish, barbaric kind of government, or you want a progressive government where people are thinking about how do we catch up with how the world is progressing. So if the whole Gbazbo's tribal sentiment is just distraction, to ask me. So for me, personally, people to decide on, do we continue with this kind of governance, or do we seek a different path? When you look at other African countries, look at Kigali in Rwanda. Kigali, Rwanda, after 1994, they had a very the genocide. I can't even talk about what they went through in 1994. That was 1994, like 2 years back.
Yes.
And today we can't even compare to how progressing Kigali is going. And when I keep hearing this back and forth with Nigeria and Lagos, it's draining really. I'm not talking about comparing the American and London. No, just Kigali down here.
So thank you for reminding me that. Do you know that right now in Kigali, Rwanda, you would not be judged by where the tribe you're from? The question is just your state. So whether you're a Hutsi or Tutsi, nobody cares anymore. They make sure they chew that, or they remove that, more like expunge that from their biodatas.
Because I think that was what started the genocide in the first place.
Exactly. And we just came out of a huge genocide in 1994.
And they're doing better. Have you gone to Rwanda recently?
Rwanda is as clean as any beautiful European city you can think of. I didn't want to go to Cape Town and Joburg and the whole other, cities. Come at Kigali, Rwanda here. And this is Nigeria. We have all the young talents, the resources, everything is here. And it's really thinking about how low we've become as people.
Thank you so much. So you've ended up taking so much of my time, even though you promised you weren't going to do so. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, Lagos is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. That's where you are. My name is Precious Ini, by the way, and we'll be stepping. She's promised. She's the producer of the show and my co-presenter. I'll be taking a little break, just a minute break. We'll be right back. Lagos, stay with us. The conversation still continues. Bring in your comments and reactions. We'll be taking your calls a bit more after this break. Stay with us.
Every day I'm more, I know they look. I know say everybody getting time, I know go lose faith. As I dey hustle every day I'm more, I know they look face. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. Yeah, yeah. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know say one day I go
that fear into victory. What are we doing today?
Sit tire for here, put am for him neck, burn am. Yes, I no go find better work do. Na yahoo yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop!
Dat person wey you wan born, if e dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You unko wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person, you no stop dem. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Lagos, you are welcome back. 90.3 Voice of the People FM. It's still where you are from our studio. It's 2 minutes before 8 p.m. mark. We'll be on this conversation till 8:30 before we move to a step down segment, right? So we're still taking your phone calls, your reactions on the discussions that we have on the front burner this evening on the Evening Rush. We'll be looking at reactions that have trailed MC Oluomo's statement or alleged threat to a particular tribe about the elections tomorrow, and of course the police saying that we're investigating it, and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is condemning it, and also jumping in on the police for not acting on it immediately, and quite a lot of people reacting on that conversation. We are looking at that, and then INEC has come out. A court actually directed, INEC has said that INEC must transmit elections electronically tomorrow, or transmit results rather electronically tomorrow. But then INEC has come out
transmit on transfer, whatever.
Transfer. Stop that.
It has to be uploaded.
So, but INEC has come up with the real way they would be conducting the elections tomorrow, and you need to jump in on that conversation. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Also, I'm talking on the police for not
hello.
Immediately.
Can you help me turn off the volume of whatever device that you're using, please? Hello. Good evening. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening. Are you there?
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Sanusi. I'm coming from the US.
Your name is what? Sanusi?
Olabisi.
Oh, Olabisi. Olabisi, you're welcome. Go ahead, Olabisi, you're welcome. Go ahead, please. You have 60 seconds. Let's hear you.
Okay. Is that Precious?
Very well, please. Speaking.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just not too happy about the way you journalists, you are handling this.
Okay.
You should go straight to the point.
Okay.
You know what the problem is. You are talking of MC Oluomo. You know the godfather of MC Oluomo. I mean, they said charity begins from home. If today you can relate MC Oluomo to Bola Tinubu, you can relate him to the governor of Lagos State. So why are you people not addressing that directly? I mean, somebody who wants to be president of Nigeria, and he could not call his boy to order. We know his relationship with Bola Tinubu. We know what he has been doing, and I can tell you basically that this man, Bola Tinubu, today is a cancer to Nigeria. What we are seeing now is just a piece of the answer.
Can you help us mind your words? Can you help us mind your words, please? We beg you.
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
It's just because you are on national radio, so I mean, kids are listening. You must use words that are friendly.
Yes, you see, I am talking from the US. You see,
but you are talking from the Nigerian air. We can hear you on the Nigerian airwaves.
I know. Yes, you need to. You see, you don't need to deceive yourself. Do you know that a Nigerian is in the White House? The Deputy Secretary of Treasury is a Nigerian, is a Yoruba guy. He's from Ogun State, and nobody is complaining about that. But here you have somebody who is paternal identity is a Lagosian, and somebody is saying is because the mother is from the east, he cannot be governor of his own state. That's too bad. That's what you are saying. You people should address the issue.
Thank you for helping us address it. We appreciate you. So you have helped us do the job already now, so it's fine.
Or get him arrested. If in a civilized country today, the police should be proactive. They should get this guy.
They said they are investigating it. They said they are investigating it.
They're investigating. Even a blind man who listened to what he said will definitely act upon that. So why we even know the point where he did it at Bajami Amila's constituency. So why are we playing as if we don't know? The whole world is watching Nigeria, and it's embarrassing to us. Especially people like us in the US and everywhere in the world.
Thank you.
We have here in Dallas. I'm telling you.
Can I jump in on other calls now?
Okay, precious.
Yes.
But I want you people to address this point. Talk straight to the man involved. Why are you people shying away from talking to?
Well, you have already done the job, so there won't be any need anymore. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
He should call MC Oluomo, and the police should get him arrested. They should take him off the street so that he will not disrupt. Let me tell you, this man is a cancer to Nigeria, and it's a cancer to Africa.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from.
Your name is what?
Emmanuel.
Daniel.
Emmanuel.
Oh, Emmanuel. Your line is a bit muffled up, so I can't get you very clear.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly now?
It's better. It's getting a bit better. I'm sure it can be better than this.
Okay. From the Igbo balance, there's an Igbo proverb that says, "Ani Igbo achara, achara ni itu." Hello.
What does that mean?
Yes. The issue is we keep trying to kill something that looks like it keeps spreading. Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Now?
Crystal clear. Go ahead.
Let me say something. This thing you see did not start today. It started years ago. And let me tell you, the Holy Bible says, a little living the whole law. When certain things get out of hand, it becomes culture or tradition. You see, I just sit down sometimes and imagine. Before I dive too much into the whole thing, let me just advise everyone who is young, is 18 and above, let them not be discouraged, because you always get one kind bad breeze they go blow before rain start to fall. But consider the water we won't get from that rain, not the breeze they blow.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Whatever things that is happening has been happening right from time. But if you are determined, whatever things that come before the real thing, don't let those things deter you. Please, let everyone come out tomorrow. Vote their conscience. Vote what is right. And vote out what is not right. They can't kill everybody, even if they say they want to do. Because I have looked at the OP Mesa, the way they act, shows that these people don't have regard for them.
All right, it's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I am coming.
You're taking so much of my time. You've done 3 minutes already.
I will stop. I will cut it. I'm coming.
Okay.
The way they act with these people shows that they can't control them. Go into the terminals at Oshodi. You see how things are. You can't even know. You can't pass through Oshodi 7 p.m. without looking left and right as if you are a thief, whereas you are just honest, trying to move to your destination. All these things are things that are there already. People know these things. What can Nigerian police do? What can they do? They believe that they are part of the whole thing. There's nothing you can do. And now, coming from where they have been elected now, what can you do? That's the question they will ask you. You have nothing else to do. The greatest mistake has been made. All thanks to INEC, whether good or bad.
Thank you.
You keep congratulating person. We break egg. No wahala.
Thank you for your opinion. I appreciate you. Okay, so my phone lines are on fire. Let me see if I can take a few messages from YouTube, because I have quite a lot of you on YouTube, and I appreciate you guys a lot, because I understand that you guys are reaching me from across the world. So this message says, Ekenesa says, I happen to be it's happened in the southeastern state and person. Okay. And then Madwa Buchi Uchi says, my dear people of God, okay, I cannot read that thing you said there. Ediku says, I have said it before and written about it many times. Our tribalism in Africa is worse than the racism against black people anywhere in the world. Florence Francis says, may God have mercy on him. Where is your sense? Says Igbo want to become kingmaker in another man's country. Just they play. They know they do election for North. Why on a no go contest for there? Or why don't you? Okay, say why them no carry their trouble go North? And yeah, okay. Let me see. So I don't miss any message. So I don't miss a message. All right, Florence Francis says, I live in USA and I voted for the presidential election last 2 years ago. And where is your sense? Someone is replying to you. 42N says, where is your sense? Okay, all right, I'm not going to say that. Naimeka Steven says, Yoruba okay, think Igbo are afraid of them. Well, we went a lot. I'm not going to read any message that's sweeps towards the direction. Iyarioba says, don't mind them. If you stand up, I swear Lagos will end. Well, Shwai Fishanel says Nigeria should be nope. So nobody can fight this Oluomo back. That's what you said. Why are the police, army, and Buhari, the president, not saying anything? Mike Onye says the station. Okay, thank you. We appreciate you. Well, Shrifi Channel says this station. Okay. Say we speak plenty grammar. Okay, nobody is repairing Nigeria. Country is no law enforcement agency. That's what you're saying. And he says Choma will soon. He says Choma will soon give you another child, and we say we're one Nigeria. He went on with that. Let's just go back to our phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Precious.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm so happy to connect you this evening.
Thank you so much. Apologies if
My
you've
name
been
is
trying.
Brown. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Brown, you're welcome. Go ahead.
All right. Please, Precious, there's something I want to tip out to you, please.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a times you bring some program up, and when people want to educate us more, you start cutting them off, telling them they should not do that, they should not do that.
That is when they begin to say things that may be termed as insightful and that may be termed as intolerant to some people's religious or ethnic belief or sensitivity, and I am not meant to allow that. So that was just me doing my job. Do you understand that?
All right, thank you. Well, why do you allow that program to come up on air? You can
go ahead. We are talking about the topic. You can go ahead to discuss the topic without brewing too much of sentiments
like this
that may be chaotic. Yes,
it's a very big threat to the entire nation. It's a shameful thing.
You have said it now. Have I stopped you? But you cannot go on to start doing the same, making the same mistake that he made while trying to correct his mistake. That wouldn't be. I mean, that wouldn't be nice.
Mr. Darrington was speaking, and you cut him off. The other man also the same thing. He cut him off. I don't like it. You are making us to lose interest.
So can you go ahead? So can you go ahead with what you want to say now? If you want to talk about the conversation, or this is just all you have to say.
Please, that's what I want to say only. I don't want to go further about that.
I appreciate you. Thank you. But then the law remains the law, right? No, it's okay. I cannot adjust it, because if I adjust it, NBC will come for the station. The station will not be on air again, and you will not have us to watch or listen to again. You see,
dodging the truth.
It's not me. These are laws. There is a law that guides every radio station or every media house is operational and licensed in Nigeria. Do you know that? Okay, thank you. All right, we're back to that again. I can't believe this. Okay, so let me go back and take some more messages. Sis Precious Juliet, good evening. This thing wrote to me, see the kind of people they are training. Kai, I cry for this country. May God help us. I miss VOP. Oh, we miss you too. Where have you been? And okay, so this message is so much. MC Oluomo is a replicate of the worst thing waiting to befall Nigeria. You said so much. Don't blame me if I cannot read it. You said Nigeria police is dancing around MC Oluomo. Ill comments without any iota of action taken by the police, pretending as if MC Oluomo has not said anything lethal. What's police investigating? The same character like MC Oluomo said, there is. Can he say this to Northerners or Yorubas in the southeast? Immediately, government would have swung into action to arrest such character. We are in for serious decadence and international reproach if you went on, and I cannot say this. Silas from Magodo, and he said, Precious wrote to me, who called you, claimed to be a journalist, lives in Idimo. He is a controversial pseudo-journalist. He calls several radio stations, behaves same way if discourse does not go his way. Comrade Akman Silas Magodo said, okay, so he calls it and he does same thing if the discussion does not go his way. Really? I've not even noticed him before. That's a nice one. Thank you for helping me understand. Hello, good evening. Hello? Yes, please. Good evening to you. Okay, so it looks like you're not so serious. The noise is a lot of noises in your background. So yesterday we had a couple of attacks on from one political party to the other in Surulere axis and other parts of Lagos State. True. I don't know when we'll begin to address this. And let me say this again and plead with the Lagos State Police Command again. We have flashpoints of violence most times when elections take place in Lagos State. We have identified Agor Palace area. We have identified what's their name here, Oshodi, and some other areas as areas where some of these violent stuffs happen. Can we ensure that we deploy your men who would not stand and watch why this is happening? Can we deploy your men who would actually take a decisive action and stop this from happening? We cannot have 2, 3, 4, 5 people carry machete or whatever they will carry and come and scatter ballot boxes and run away and chase everyone away, and everyone will run away. And then your men may be around and probably not do anything. Please, we are begging. We are begging. A lot of these incidents happened last election, just on the 25th of February. There were videos, evidence of a lot of this happening. Can we ensure that we do differently? Can we show that we can actually protect every single person, irrespective of their party affiliation? Please, this is a national plea. Let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Bobby Benito. I'm calling from Brussels.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead.
I hope it's a channel I'm watching, right?
Fantastic. Go ahead. No, yeah, it is. Voice of the People FM. My name is Precious. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm glad to come through. First of all, let me say this. My name is Bobby, living in Brussels. I'm a Liberian, not a Nigerian.
Oh, you're a Liberian. Oh, great.
But I've been following Nigerian politics. I'm a Liberian.
Oh wow, great. Go ahead.
But I've been following Nigerian politics for a year now, and because knowing what Nigeria did to my country in the time of difficulty during our war, all the help Nigeria gave us, so I have so much interest in Nigeria. But it's sad to see that the election that's going on Nigeria, we look up to Nigeria to be the mother, the father of West Africa, especially West Africa. And we look up to them to give an example of how to lead a country that will benefit the people. But, I mean, if I see what is happening in Nigeria with all the attacks that are going on, especially against the Labour Party, and nothing is being done, I'm wondering what will Nigeria be able to tell us, we that look up to them, what would be the advice to us to lead our country better? Because I always tell people, West Africa will only be good when Nigeria take a rightful place among the great leaders around the world. And I pray that Nigeria try to understand that somehow we look up to them. We know that Africa will be better if Nigeria is better, especially West Africa. Africa economy will grow when Nigeria economy start doing better. So please, my fellow Nigerians, you will stop Igbo people. Igbo people are Nigerians. It's hard to see how Igbo people being attacked, the market being burned, and nothing is being done since the beginning of the election. So I'm calling Nigerians to please show examples to us. We look up to you people. You people possess so much value in our country. Around the world, they know Nigerians to be only criminal, but since I've been following Nigeria politics, you people have a lot of great young men and women in our country. You guys are better than to be called criminals. But people only start to see your value if people start to put a rightful leader in power. So please, and I saw Solomon threatening the people whosoever not vote for a candidate, how they will be threatened, how they will be killed, whatsoever. That is not politics. So in October 10, Liberia have an election. If anything go wrong, that Nigeria running to. So what advice are Nigeria going to give us if they cannot show the perfect example for themselves?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. Thank you very, very much. So you know what, talking about this conversation, I do firmly believe that when the videos were making the round after February 25th election that captured MC Oluomo himself, you know, telling, more like commanding or ordering or saying or telling those in the polling unit, saying that if you know that you not vote for XYZ political party, don't come out, don't vote, you not vote here. If they had an understanding that that itself is an electoral crime, if the police had held him accountable, if the law of if he had been brought to book, I'm not sure would keep hearing this again. I'm not sure this particular video would have resurfaced, because he would probably have learned his lessons from that incident. Then I ask again, are the laws meant for a few persons and not for every other person? Are the laws meant for those who probably do not have people behind them? You know, because if we have a law, then why can't we use it? If somebody can tweet about someone from wherever they are and can be picked up and locked for days for a tweet, then somebody who comes out to threaten people of disenfranchisement or threatening people that if you don't vote so person, do this or do that or this will happen to you, and nothing has happened. Please, our law enforcement agencies should show that there is truly equality and equity in Nigeria. Let me go back to the phone lines because my phone lines are so on fire. But then I still have quite a number of messages here. Please, we don't have minding. Okay, so this is Precious. Please, we don't really mind what Atiku is condemning. The silence of the police on the issue is happening. He has forgotten that it's the same situation Nigerians have been facing for years. Now that he has come to join us as common men, he's complaining. He had the chance to change the oppression system the police was created around as a former VP, but I guess it was to his liking at that time, so he didn't change it. Okay. Good evening, P. The guy Oluomo is said is not so okay. Did he even pass through primary school at all? In my state, Delta, we have Hausa, Yoruba, etc., and nobody dictates to them who to vote for. This is democracy, man. He's doing the same thing the masters do, in same climb, in same climb, Oluomo would have been chilling in custody for instigating violence. If the security agencies cannot arrest him, then shame on them. They see undemocratic acts like this and look the other way, just like they did the last election. Emperor sent in that message. And oh my goodness, the calls are so much. What's so sad, what's going on in Nigeria, especially in Lagos? Where is the security apparatus? Who can people come out in the who can people come out in the open and do these things and nothing happened? I have been trying to call but couldn't. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Benson from somewhere in the US. I like the way you put that. I say somewhere in the US. Good evening. I want to ask Mr. Darlington to share to shareholders in your station. No, because he is always mentioning opposition names and give out incorrect information, and you will not stop him. On the one hand, somebody says I'm always cutting him and stopping him. On the other hand, you say I will not stop him. You see, last you can't please everyone. But if anyone calls and have contrary options, you cut them off. You see, it's okay. It's okay like this. Silas from Isela says, please let us forget about step down segments today as we have important issues to discuss. Okay, so we should forget about step down. Silas, if you have said like that, let's look into it. We'll have a democratic government. If everybody said we should be discussing about this, then let it be what we'll discuss. Please, my fellow voters, try to charge your Android phones before coming out tomorrow to vote so that you can do the following: video your polling unit and possibly your presiding officer during counting of votes, and make sure that your video captures the total votes scored by all parties. Snap the result after it has been signed by the INEC officials and party agents. Find a safe place to video the hoodlums that may come to scatter election grounds or disrupt elections in your polling units. That's what you said. All right, let's go back to the phone lines because it looks like so many people want to jump in on this discussion. Hello, good evening to you. Help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please. Hello.
My name's hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please. What's your name?
All right, my name's Ugo Joshua.
Welcome.
I'm calling you from Igbo.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. What the man called MC is doing is very, very wrong. I believe the Yorubas should stand up and condemn this because he's trying to cause a tribal problem, between the Igbos and the Yorubas. And the Igbos and the Yorubas, they don't have this history of, fighting, having this problem there and there. I can't remember when they will have a fight in Lagos and they'll say it's between the Igbos and the Yorubas or no. Even the Yorubas in the southeast, they are all relaxed. I know one of them in my village. In fact, he's an agent. He sells land. You understand? If I want to do anything, I contact Oyi, and he gives me all the information of any kind of land I want to buy. You understand? So, the guy should understand that there are Yorubas, other places. He shouldn't cause problems, and he has just one life. He is not invincible. He has families. So he shouldn't be causing problems. He should be wise at his age. He has wife, he has children, he has man. I don't even understand what kind of game he's playing. Doesn't he think of his people? And can't the well-meaning Yoruba people in authority call him to order? This is very bad. But I just pray this guy doesn't succeed. End up bringing problems between the Igbos and the Yorubas because it will be funny.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, going back to our WhatsApp messages, who have so much of them, and also our YouTube comments. Blackman says the reason Nigeria is not progressing in most indices is due to the actors involved and the authorities are complacent. He says Nigerians are yearning for the new Nigeria where everyone is able to be a Nigerian. Even foreigners are heartbroken. Ew. And the person put a crying icon.
Sad.
And that's a dig guap. And Daylo Baba says, I can't believe MC Oluomo said this, had the audacity to say this on the national TV. I was truly shocked. I cringed and I thought this was 1950. Odogo Odi says, Lagos state government knows what is going on. So please, everyone should come out and I'm not going to say that. And why pick on the Igbo alone? That is what Daylo Baba says. He says, is it only Igbos that live in Lagos? What about houses? Why Mama Chukudi and not Mama Dauda? That's what you said. That's another point. And Alice Edem says, very true caller. Well done. Peter Chuk says, Lagos state government should be ashamed of what is happening. They should hold them. And then Damien of UK says, pray, I love you. Thank you so much. And I love you too. So let's quickly jump on that break. When we come back, we'll continue taking your thoughts and reactions on this. And by the way, nobody has responded to what INEC said on the exact way elections will be handled tomorrow. It's not when tomorrow comes, then you say, you people said you do this, you did not do this. Because INEC, electoral commissioner in charge of voter education, had said that, look, we can transmit or transfer results from polling units. Transmit or transfer, because that is what is captured in the Electoral Act. So now you guys should take note very well the things that he said, so that you be looking out for the election being carried out exactly the way that he mentioned yesterday. Today. Lagos, let's take a break. We'll be right back. This is the Evening Rush, 90.3, Voice of the People FM. My name is still Precious.
And I promise.
We'll be right back.
Everybody getting time, I don't go lose faith. As I dey hustle every day, I don't dey look face. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. Yeah, yeah. Cause I know say one day I go make up. Yes, I know say one day I go blow.
Turn that fear into victory.
Cause I know say one day I go make
What are we doing today?
Lagos, you are welcome back. Still on the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM with your girl Precious, and Promise is here. So, still on the hot topic this evening, Nigeria dominates African cocaine smuggling routes. That is what a report says. This particular report was captured in most of the dailies today, and a lot of people have been and talking about it, about it. And then let's also look at it, even whilst we have you continue to react on the MC Oluomo's case and the reactions that have trailed that. So the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, UNODC, has said that Nigeria that the Nigerian market, as a matter of fact, tops the list of cocaine smuggling regions in Africa. All right, this is not new. I mean, it may not be new to a lot of people, but this is just to state the statistics out there, or the report out there. So in the global report on cocaine 2023 released yesterday, the UN agency said the steep growth in supply has been matched by a similar swell in demand. So as supply is going, there are people who are actually demanding it, meaning that there are people who are consuming it. Are you wondering why our youths or some people are, now on hard drugs? Well, this may just be the report. And it said that Nigerian traffickers often work in collaboration with their compatriots in other countries, particularly members of cult groups in European destination countries and those operating in Brazil. Now, the report reads in part, let me see if I can. It says, based on aggregate reporting to UNODC by Nigeria and other countries on the main cocaine trafficking routes during 2018 to 2021, that's a study line, trafficking of cocaine was reported from Nigeria to 20 countries or territories, including countries with the sub-region Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Ghana, Senegal, Liberia, transit countries in Africa, Algeria, Ethiopia, Morocco, and countries and territories in the Asia-Pacific region is Australia, China, Hong Kong, China, India, Malaysia, Sri Lanka. And then in the Near and Middle East, Southwest Asia, you have Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and in Europe you have Turkey, United Kingdom. Okay, and then cocaine arrives in Nigeria via a variety of channels, including bulk carrier vessels arriving at seaports such as Apapa, Tinkan Island, and Onne. Passenger flights into airports such as those of Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, and Kano, across land borders at various locations, including Seme on the border with Benin, and Ilela on the border with Niger, and via parcels delivered by courier companies or postal services. Are you kidding me? And then it says the most prominent departure country for cocaine reaching Nigeria is Brazil, meaning that most of the cocaine that gets into Nigeria is from Brazil. Thus, despite the established and well-connected presence of Nigerian traffickers within an international network of actors and counterparts trafficking cocaine and other drugs, notably with regard to trafficking by air. In view of the available seizure data, it is plausible that the volume of cocaine transiting Nigeria or the Nigerian territory is relatively modest share of the quantities reaching West Africa and the Central Africa in general. It should, however, be borne in mind that Nigeria traffickers are also active in neighboring countries as well as North Africa. The traffickers are everywhere you go. All right, Lagos, phone lines are still open. Let's continue to take your thoughts and reactions on this conversation.
So yesterday was about terrorism, and today is about
drug trafficking.
Nigeria
drug trafficking
always leads. They are always top 10 on the list, right? Yesterday we were number.
So this your number one, Seth. You're not even top 10. You're number one in Africa. Going back to the phone lines, Lagos. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Yes, please. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Dayo, and I'm calling from Egbeda.
Dayo, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you, Dayo.
See, I've been listening to the radio and honestly, I will tell you something. There are some things that our media needs to work on. Like what you're saying, the statistics said this, the statistics said that about cocaine. Do you know how many African countries claim they are Nigerians? Why?
I know that. I know doing a lot of things in the name of Nigeria. I know that.
On a loadout station on Instagram about a Nigerian guy trying to separate five of two South African people, and at the end of the day, it was one that was being arrested that is resisting the arrest because he's on drugs and all that. Please, I think the media needs to do.
No, so what's your point? What's your point already? Are you saying that Nigerians are actually not the ones doing this? Is that what you're saying? That Nigerians are not trafficking these drugs? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying they are not.
And so what's the point? What's your jab? What's your jab at Nigerian media about?
My point is that we need to do better.
Do better in what way? By not doing what?
See, that news you are saying, the statistics you are quoting is wrong. You need to do your own research and stop going by what the social media or the internet.
This is not social media. This is not a social media report. It's a UN report. And if United reports...
See, just the way there is criminal in Ghana, just the way there is criminal in Kenya, just the way there is criminal in every other country, so we have criminals in Nigeria.
I agree.
So it is
totally.
It is high time. We stop pushing that narrative about Nigeria. Start giving us news. Start giving us news about Nigerians. Making it out there. That is the news we want to hear.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? You have spoken. Would you let me talk? Can I ask you a question? Yes. Oh, so if these things happen in your country or is said to be happening with your country people, and then those representing you are not either defending you or doing anything, what do? My job is to say what is in the news out there. Are you saying that if a Nigerian commits a crime, it is wrong for me to say that? See, I am one of those who believe... Let me finish my point. I am one of those who believe that character trait is not tribal, is not racial, is not religion. You have good and bad people in everywhere and every part of the world. I do say that. And anyone who knows me understands that I'm a firm believer of that. But that is not to say... Okay, go ahead.
Just the way you share that news, please, share other news. There is a news about a Nigerian lady who started a business in less than 2 years and is able to raise a certain level of amount. That has not happened. Please remember to share that news.
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Dayo, hold on. Dayo, what's her name? Her name is Dayo.
You're emotional,
Dayo,
darling.
can you hear me?
You're emotional. Calm down.
Hello, Dayo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So you need to calm down. I understand the whole thing about the lowdown station on Instagram and how South Africans, you're talking about how South Africans keep throwing Nigerians under the bus, even when it's they keep sharing untrue news that are not true about Nigerians. But we're not talking about drug trafficking in South Africa here. We're talking about people who smuggle drugs in Nigeria. So it's not about the South African Nigeria thing. You're getting it all wrong. I understand what you're saying.
So Dayo, you know the point. We have drug traffickers across the world, in every country. And this report has not said that Nigeria is the only country with people who smuggle drugs, but it is rather saying that we have more people in Nigeria doing this than we have in other countries. And you look at most of the people that have been arrested in different countries. Did you know that recently, it's most of the, I think it was in 2021 or 2017 that Ethiopia gave most of the Nigerians who were incarcerated in their country amnesty. And most of them were because of drug-related offenses. And then more people are still back in that same case again. Do you know that? Do you know that? So are you saying that we should stop talking about things? Okay, because are you saying that if your child commits an offense, you overlook it and then talk only? So that's the point. We also talk about the good things that we do. If you had heard me celebrate Nigerians here, I have celebrated Nigerians who have achieved big feats in different areas.
I'm talking about the approach. I'm talking about the approach here. Our media is not doing well when it comes to the way you see. Look at Oluomo's case. Look at the way that man was talking about. I said the way you were cutting the man out.
Which man?
There are rules and regulations.
Which man exactly?
There are rules and regulations to this whole thing.
All right, that you have given you so much time. Can I let you go now? So just go ahead. What man?
Which man did she cut out?
Like the fact that I've been able to pass my own information.
But your information is wrong. Now the Nigerian, you're being biased.
You're being biased.
You sound like a mother. You sound like a mother. If a child steals, you will not tell the child that he stole.
What the statement by MC Oluomo against a particular tribe is right. Are you saying you're not going to condemn that? Is that what you're saying, Dayo?
No. So you see the kind of thing. This is actually the kind of problem that we have. If our child misbehaves, we condone it.
This thing still boils down to tribe.
Do you understand?
I think she's in her feelings because it affects maybe her tribe, or probably MC Oluomo some kind of way. No, it's part of her tribe. I'm sorry I'm saying this, but I think it's what it is.
It's
right
okay.
now.
It's okay. So the thing is, I ask a question to every parent out there, including you, Dayo, that called. So are you going to be a kind of parent that if your child steals, or you know that your child is kleptomanic, let me not even say kleptomanic, your child is in the habit of stealing, and you keep covering the child? We have parents in this world today that know they are grown-up adult men go about molesting younger children, but they cover them up. And are you going to be that so that we do not keep escalating bad news about our children, and we keep praising our children? Is that what you want to do?
Equity. Do you understand? We keep talking about equity. We keep talking about discrimination in other countries. We keep talking about racism, but here we are doing the same thing in our country.
No, it's okay. So another question.
It doesn't concern you, as long as it's not your tribe. You don't even care, and you don't want people to talk about this thing.
So another question I would have loved to ask her is, if we were praising Nigerians that are abroad doing well, or Nigerians that have been striving in different spheres of life and all of that, would she call in to say that as we're praising Nigerians today, let's also talk about the ones that are doing bad things?
Ones.
Would she say that? Okay, all right. Okay, I'll give you a pidgin proverb that says, na fish will open a mouth, na in hook they catch for water. If you do not expose yourself to some certain things, it will not come your way. So we better watch our steps. 0700 Lagos 903 903 903. My phone lines are on fire. Online Family Circle says, why will I comment on what INEC said? They should just write the results and read for us. What we have in Nigeria is not democracy, because citizens are intimidated and harassed because of elections. Okay. And Black Miller says this girl is out of point. A logical user says the Dayo is just confused.
So we're talking about holding our leaders accountable. We're talking about accountability from our leaders, and we can't even hold ourselves accountable for minor offenses and major offenses people commit. How do we then hold our leaders accountable?
All right, Ife, the calling separations and her twin sister, they greet her now. We're not twin, please. And Christian Jonathan says, please, where is it? Okay, number to call would be flashed back to you. Arocha Chukuka says he should be reported to US Embassy for inciting violence. Pray, you are beautiful tonight. Thank you so much. I see your messages. I appreciate you. But let me go to my WhatsApp messages, because I have so much WhatsApp messages. So much. This message says, good evening, please kindly assure the people to come out to vote for their party of choice, not minding the threat. And we beg you again, yes, come out and vote for who you want to vote for. At the end of the day, I'm not sure everybody will die. So come out. It is your responsibility, your right, and no one has the right to take it away from you. Sorry, Precious, I heard you say the threat by Oluomo is alleged even after the videos. He mad even after the videos he made. That's what he said. Okay, and then Precious, the truth be told, God bless that Liberian that just called. Are you surprised with MC Oluomo? You don't have to. Charity begins at home. Andre from Ajao. No, Adayo said we should stop talking about it. Lagos state government knows that is going on, so please everybody should come out and vote. And I'm not gonna say what you said there. Parents, please listen to this. Okay, you sent a video and I can't read that. And my darling sisters, it's pathetic that the oligarchs are gagging everyone, including the media. I hope citizens will wake up and take their destinies in their own hands. Sincerely, my heart bleeds. Lord help rescue our land, Nigeria. Simi Sola from Isola, Lagos State sent in that message. Chris from Ikeja says, if Nigeria were to be a serious country, Oluomo would have become would be incarcerated. And that's why I said Nigerian security agencies, we can do better. I'm coming with my dog. INEC can do their worst. So the police have said that you cannot come out with your dog, right? Okay, the police said that, so you have to be careful. Don't run. Okay, this message says, don't run again from thugs on election day. Nigerians are not smiling again. Enough is enough. That's what this message says. And good evening, VOP. If Nigerian public administration, Nigeria described as a weak state, meaning it has no capacity to enforce the laws, what is happening in Lagos right now is simply attesting to that. If we're accusing Sonwo-Olu out of you went a lot. I can't, and you wrote in capital letters, so it's like it's just it's a bit okay. Thank you. Sunday, we'll see you. Precious, I have prepared my snacks, beverage drinks, cola nut and alligator pepper. Cola nuts and alligator pepper. You want to go and appease the gods of your land in your polling units. Aina says, white water. Tomorrow, I'm voting. I'm voting. MC Oluomo would not stop me. Comrade Akpan Silas from Magodo, Lagos State, sent in that message. MC Oluomo is like his father during the presidential election. He went on and on, like father, like son. This says, good evening, Precious. See, the same INEC promised us too much and we believed in them, but when the time came to take action, they put dagger in our hearts. Let Festus Okoye go ahead. And I said, I have lost trust in them. Sam from Oguru sent in that message. And Precious, good evening once again. This is Lord AY from Mushin. INEC has done the worst during the election. They are here again with their unfulfilled promises. I beg, Atiku, the sister to the untouched, please give me a bottle. He said, Atiku, the sister to the untouched, please give me a bottle of wine. Make I enjoy Jerry with the ROAC Center, doing our best to serve our nation. INEC just they play. That's what you said, and I see a lot of reactions here, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let's go back to that phone lines. Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. Good evening, sisters. Ona they truly try with some people's reasoning on momentum now from above. God bless you all, and God bless you too. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, pretty pressure.
Mr. Darlington, you're here again. They say I don't used to cut you when you're saying things that are not good. Did you hear all the things they be saying? The good ones and the very good ones.
Listen,
Mr. Darlington, comment on a topic. Comment. Let's go. You're not the only one who call. I have a lot of calls.
Let them say the correct thing now. They don't want to hear the truth.
Mr. Darlington, can you comment on the topic or the conversation you like to comment on?
Yes, I am going there. I'm going there. You have started though.
No, reach there quick. I want you to reach there quick. I have lots of calls to take.
You won't let me talk now.
I have lots of calls to take. Your dogs.
My fans, so they will come after you. Don't complain when they start attacking you. Now, Precious, whenever you have an environment that is infested with drug, go and check the level of poverty. The level of poverty and crime in that environment. Why do you think what is going on in Nigeria is going on? Do you think it is ordinary? No, they have told you that you are the poverty capital of the world. And these things are fueled by this drug. Some people are cashing out on the ignorance of this mob that they are using. Who are consuming these drugs? Go and check. So, some people are taking advantage of others in order to make money. Oxfam just told you the other day that 3 Nigerians, the net worth of 3 Nigerians, 1, 2, 3, is equal to the net worth of 83 million Nigerians.
Absolutely.
Look at the gap. Pressure, look at the gap. So where did they make all this money? Is it in this economy? This cash crunch economy? No. Some people are heavily dealing on dubious businesses to make money in this country because nobody, the law enforcement agents are not doing their job. These outlaws, whenever they arrest somebody, know that those ones are the small fries. They read people that are disturbing this country. They read people that are involved in criminality. Precious, nobody will touch them. Remember the drug boss at Atiku. Remember the highest in the whole of this country. Remember the people, that kind of business, is it a tomato seller or a meat seller in Mushi that will carry it out? We are talking of a warehouse loaded with cocaine. The real people behind that business, do you think they will ever touch them? Precious, they will not. I'm telling you. So we have people who are above the law and they are cashing out. But when we criticize it, some people say you should not talk. You should keep quiet. Don't say it. And look at where we are. Precious, look at, they're even finding themselves in government. Precious, did you remember what Atiku said when they were coming for his media brief? Did you remember? Hello?
No, sir. What did he
Go
say?
ahead.
When he was coming to his media, he said something that an Australian newspaper said about people who are now in leadership in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember?
Yes, I remember
that.
I remember.
Yes,
I remember.
And that is
But you know that was actually a headline by an Australian newspaper at that time. Yes.
Hold on. That is the impression. That is even the US president, has he congratulated you on your election?
Mr. Darlington, let's let this rest so that we'll go to other conversations. We'll pick other people's calls.
The thing is that we know our problem. Nobody wants to address it. Is it only cocaine? Just wait. You will see more criminal. With what you are saying, you see what we are discussing this evening, and nobody wants to address it. Just don't wait until they settle down in government. Every street will have an agro controlling it. That is when you now know that anarchy is here. Every street, they will just dispatch one person. Oh, yeah, take charge of this street. If you are going out in the morning, you give him money. If you are coming back, you give him money. In this Lagos, it will happen. That is the time we will now know that, yes, Armageddon is here.
Thank you, Mr. Darlington. I appreciate you. All right, Lagos, let's see if we can take a few more reactions. We'll have quite a lot of calls to go through. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, good evening. Sarah from It's like I've won.
You won what?
So the one that suggested that we should leave step down.
Silas, yes. I don't leave out for you now. You see, we are government of the people, for the people, and by the people. You've seen it now. We used to answer your. So go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Silas.
Let us not listen to INEC. It's like they want to do us what they did to us before.
No,
they want to dribble us again.
Don't say that.
By tomorrow, let's just do the needful. Let's do our voting, count our vote, and snap get our results and hold in case they do another thing. Maybe tomorrow they'll come and tell us that there was a network hitch in some states that they could not upload the result in some states. Maybe Lagos will be one of them. Let us vote and then count our vote and get our result.
Thank you.
That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so this message says, Blackman says, Kola Dayo is emotional and have no merit to speak here. She's one-sided in her spirit of judgment. I wonder how she can see right from wrong. And then Aro Chukuchukuka says, we should not complain of racism abroad when some of us support and practically practice tribalism back home. And then Wisdom David says threats only threatens the weak. Threats only threatens the weak-minded. That's what you're saying. MC Oluomo is a nope. We said the bold would go out and vote again. Only the problem is INEC. We hope our votes count. Kingsley Ogbuka says, to go in Lagos, unbelievable. The land where all right. Okay. Edeko says, this Dio is not being reasonable. She's very aggressive, defending the criminals who are soiling the name of Nigerians everywhere. This last caller said my mind. That's what you said. All right, let's see if we can take a few more calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Festus. I'm calling from Lagos.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
You see this MC Oluomo. He did still saying he said the same thing in the presidential election. They didn't do anything about it. Maybe that is the reason why he's still coming out again. That is the reason why, because he has cabal, because he has people at his back, nothing will happen. Even if the policemen are there, nothing will happen. This is very wrong. But I believe it's a threat. I just pray that the Nigerians that are listening to this radio station, they should just try, gather courage and come out and vote. They should not listen to him, because all these are this one is just to scare people not to come out. Just to scare people not to come out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Just pray.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Felix Chukwuka Oshika from Igbo Ileri area or Ojo precisely. With what is happening in our society now because of these governorship election coming up tomorrow, please kindly help us alert the security agencies to brace up. Most life has been threatened by alleged political parties. Please help the masses because tomorrow's election is paramount. That's what you said. And then this message now says, good evening, guys. I can see that you guys are doing a great job regarding to Oluomo's case. Don't get me wrong. Both state police commissioners and all security agencies are aware of what is going on because he's having the backing of both the state government and so you see what they ask him to do is to scare oppositions away. Please tell people to go out and for the you said a lot of things. Sorry for the errors. I appreciate you. One more call and then we'll call it a day. Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Please help me turn off the volume of your radio set. Turn it off totally, please. Thank you. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Captain Francis speaking.
Captain Francis, you are our last caller. Go ahead, Captain Francis. You're welcome.
Please, I want to appeal to the Nigerians and the Goshen to go out tomorrow and vote.
I agree.
And the so-called Oluomo, let him sit down or else he will be captured. That's all what I have. Then even though they not vote, the program the governor be holding, the project is holding at the hand now. Either they vote or they not vote, let him go second time and finish his job. That's all what I have to say. So that the Lagosians will benefit from his work. All that's what I have to say this evening. Good evening.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you. And then finally, this message here says, please, Daya was only saying you should also talk more positive things about Nigerians who are doing very well. We are talking about Nigerians. If you listen to this show, the time we had a Nigerian that was a brigadier general, I think in the United States, we talked about it. We always talk. But that does not mean to say that if we have any news that may not be so pleasant to the ears, we will not talk. The thing is, most of these things we tend to cover could be the reason why other countries look at us with another kind of eyes like, okay, are you all like this? I told you guys before that after last election, a Nigerian who applied for a job alongside other people from other countries lost his job because he said, after the elections and all of the drama that played out, that people said the country, the owners of the company told him that your country people cannot be trusted. We can't give you the job. So whether we like it or not, the way we behave and the things we do and the characters we show and the things we support tend to affect other Nigerians. The reason why we're seeing stereotyping is because of the attitude of some Nigerians in those places. But I would always say, we have good, bad, ugly, sweet people everywhere. But how do you openly condemn those people who do bad? You would never see an American condemn a bad thing. Or condemn, oh, you see terrorism in his part of town. He say, no, this is not terrorism, it's because it's my tribe. No. So let's learn to call what is evil, evil, and condemn it, and show exemplary behaviors and good character. I think that is where I'll end it. I have to run for a break now. We'll have to run for a commercial break and then end the show. My name is Precious Enyi. Remember, we do this Monday to Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. So that's to say that you see me again on Monday evening. Probably at that time would have been calling out the result, and I'll be here to analyze the elections and get to find out from you how the election took place, or what happened, or what transpired in your polling units wherever you voted. My name is Precious Enyi. As I said before, on Instagram I am at Precious Enyi Official. Precious ENYI, Enyi spelled ENYI. So that's Precious Enyi Official. I'll see you on Monday. Promise.
And my name is Promise, and I'm Zinifab on Instagram. And please, Lagos, do not allow any threat from anybody. Do not allow threat to stop you from going to exercise your civic responsibility. Go out and vote. Stand by your polling unit. Make sure your vote is counted, and make sure your vote is uploaded in real times at your polling